Hi friends, my name is Mohan Shyam and this is my sixth video lecture. In my previous video, we have discussed about data hiding and encapsulation and we have covered the public members. We also covered the theoretical concept about local member. So today I am going to cover the local member and protected member and data hiding and encapsulation. So local members can be accessed only inside the class. Local members cannot be accessed outside the class, or even these can't be accessed inside the derived class or subclass. So I'll show you an example for local members. So I'll just take a class. Let the name of the class is local member, and inside this class I'll take a local member. We can declare any member as a local by using the local keyword. So let the local int a. Firstly, we will see if we will access any local member outside the class, then what will happen. So I'm just taking a very simple class. Inside this there is only one variable a, and I just end this class. And now I'll take one module, and let's take the name of the module is Mohan, and inside this module I'll use initial begin, and then I'll just create the object for above class. Here I'll just take one instantiation of the class, as the name of the class is local mem, and let the instance of this class is C1. So here C1 is just a handle here. Now I'll just allocate memory to this handle, so I'll call the new method or new constructor. So now memory is allocated and C1 is an object now. After that, I'll just try to access the local member of the above class. Let's see what will happen. I'm just trying to assign some values to a local member, and I'm trying to access this local member outside the class. Let's see what will happen. I'll just assign c1.a as 10, and I'm trying to display this value. $display value of a. Its value of a equals to %d, comma a. So I'll access by this object c1.a, and I just end module. Okay, this is our code in which I'm trying to access a local member outside of the class, and I'll see what will happen now. I'll just going to compile this code. I saved this code. Now I'm going to compile this code. As you already know, the command for compilation is vlog then file name, and you can see here clearly the file name is localmember.sc. Okay, it's localmember.sc. I'll just compile it, and as you can see here, I'll show you clearly, it's giving me error at the 9th line, unexpected begin. Okay, there is one more error actually. The spelling of initial is wrong. Okay, I'll just correct it. Okay, and then compile it again. Yeah, now you can see here there is an error at line 12 and 13. access to local member A from outside class context is illegal. So in the it's showing in the 12th line, at the 12th line. So yeah, at the 12th line I'm trying to access a local member outside the class. So at the 12th line I'm getting the same error, and I'm also getting the error at 13th line. And at 13th line you can see here I'm again trying to access the local member through an object of the class, and I'm trying to access this local member outside of the class. That's why I'm getting the compilation error. So now it's clear that local member can't be accessed outside of the class. So as I already told you, we can access the local members inside the class only, and we can access the local member by the class method. So I'll just make some changes in this code. I'll comment these two lines where I'm trying to access the local members, and I'll make a method here. Let it's a function, and the name of the function is this, and let's take it's taking an argument of input type input int x, and it will work on this input. So I'm updating the local member here. So whatever the argument will be passed at the time when we will call this function, so I'll update the local member by that value. Okay, and it will also display the value of a. Value of a is equal to the type specifier will be percentile d. Okay, value of a equals to percentile d, and then I'll show you the value. It's a, and then and function. Okay, now here inside this module we have created a class for this object for this particular class. Now I'll access this method by this object. So I'll just call c1 dot disk, and I'll just pass one argument, let it 10, and I'll remove this command to understand it better. Okay, so now I just call the function disk, and inside this function we are accessing the local member. So this is the way how we can access the local member inside the function or task. So now we will see what will be the output, but first we will try to assume what will be the output, try to solve what will be the output. Here there is a local member A, and we have defined one method, that is a function. The name of the function is this, which is taking one input type argument and assigning this argument to this local member, and after that it's displaying the value of this local member also. Okay, then we end function and class. After that, inside the module we have started one initial begin, then we have taken a handle of this particular class, and we have created the object for this particular class. After that, with the help of this object, we are calling the dist method of this particular class. Now, when we call this dist method, we are passing one argument which will be mapped to x. So x will be 10 at the time of function calling, and this x will be assigned to a. So a will be initialized by 10 after the function call, and we are displaying the value of a as 10. So this will be the output. The output will be value of a equals to 10 according to us. Now let's check what will be the output here. So I have saved this code and I'm going to compile this code. Now if the command for compilation is vlog, then file name is local member .sv Mohan. Its module name is Mohan here. You can see it here also. It will take some time. Now we will run this code. So it's giving me the output value of a equals to 10. So this is the way how we will access local properties inside a class with the help of the method, whether a function or whether a task. So this is the way how we will deal with the local properties or local members of the class. We'll come to the protected members. So protected members have the same characteristics like local members, except that it can be inherited and its subclass methods can access the protected members. So means the local members cannot be accessed outside the class, except that the derived class method can access the protected members, whether it's a property or whether it's a method. So the methods of the derived class can access the protected members of its parent class. So this is the main thing which will available in protected members. The object of a class cannot access the protected members also. It's just like the local members. I'll show you one example for this. There is a class and the name of the class is protected CLS, protected class, and inside this I will declare one properties and one method which is of protected type. So I'll just write the protected keyword. Then let's take there is one property and this is int a. So it's of protected type. I'll also declare one method here which is of protected type. So I'll just take one function which is of protected type. It's protected function, and let the name of the function is this, and which is just taking one argument of input type, and we are doing the same thing as we did in my previous example. So inside this method I am initializing this local property, the protected property. It's a equals to x, and it is also displaying the value of this a. It's $display value of a equals to %d and then a. And now I just ended this function and function, and then I ended this class and class. So firstly we are checking whether the protected properties of method can be accessed outside the class, or we can access the protected members with the help of an object. So first we will try that. So I'll take a module and let the name of the module is Mohan, and inside this module I'll just write initial, begin, and then I'll just create an object for this particular protected class. So firstly I'll instantiate this class is protected CLS, and I'll just take an instance here. Let's say C1 only. So here the C1 is just a handle. Now we will allocate memory to it. So we will call the new constructor here. It's C1 equals to new. So after allocating memory, here C1 is an object. So now I'll try to access the properties and methods here with the help of this object. So I'll just access the protected property here, c1.a. Let's write c1.a equals to 20, and after that I'll just access the protected method, that is the disk. So I'll just call the c1.disk, and I'll pass one argument here, that is 50. I just handed this and module. So this is a very simple code in which we are checking whether we can access the protected properties and methods with the help of the object. Now we will compile this code, and the command for compilation is vlog, then file name. You can see the file name here, it's protected members. Protected members.sv. So here you can see we are getting error in line number 17 and 18, and the error is access to protected member A from outside a class context is illegal, and in line 18 we are getting an error, access to protected member this from outside a class context is illegal. So now we will come to know that protected properties or methods can't be accessed outside the class with the help of an object also. So now we will try with the help of a method inside the derived class. So we will just create a derived class here. I'll make some changes in this code. So I'll just comment these things where we are accessing the protected properties and methods outside the class. So I'll just create one more class here. Let's class, and let's take the name of the class is derived class. It's a derived class which is extends to class protected. Now I'll just define a method here. This is function, and the name of the function will be print, and I'm not giving any argument here. And inside this method I'm trying to access the methods of the superclass that are protected methods or protected members. So inside this function I'm just going to access the parent class properties which are protected type. So I'll just access super.a. So as you know, by the super keyword we are accessing the parent class properties and methods. So super.a, I'll assign something, super.a equals to 20, and then I'll check whether what will be the value of A now. So I'll just use a $display value of A equals to that specifier will be percentile D then super dot A. So I have accessed the protected property. Now I'll call the protected method here. So the name of the protected method is this. So I'll just call this method like super dot this, and I'll pass one argument here. Let's 50, and now I'll just end this function, and I'll end the class also. Let's end class. I'll remove these comments here from this code. And one more thing, like these functions are not returning anything. So I'll just make it as a void. Otherwise it will give some voiding to us, and make both the function are not returning anything. So I'll just make the type as void. Returning type is void here. Now here inside this module I have declared one derived class of handle. Even it's the handle of the derived class, and I just allocate the memory to it. So now we have created the object for this derived class, and I'll also remove this thing. So now what we will do, we will just call this derived class method, that is print. So I'll just call p1.print. So when we will call this print method, so inside this print method we are accessing the protected properties and protected methods of the parent class. So let's see what will be the output here. But first we will evaluate what will be the output. So we have declared one class, that is protected class. Inside this class we have used one protected property and one protected method. So inside this method it is taking one argument and assigning that value to this protected property, and then displaying the value of it. And then we have made a derived class which is extended from this protected class. So inside this class we have taken one move method, that is print. That's a function whose return type is void, and inside this we are writing super.a, means we are accessing the parent class property and we are assigning 20 to it, then displaying the value of the parent class property. After that we are calling the this method of the parent class as super.this is showing that we are accessing the parent class method. So super.this 50. So 50 will be mapped to this argument, and x will be 50 here after the call, and x will be assigned to a. So after that the value of a will be 50, and again this function will execute and it will show the value of a equals to 50. Now inside the module we just created the object for this derived class. So when we allocate memory to the derived class, then memory will be allocated automatically for the parent class also, and we will just call this print method here. So all these things will be executed after calling this print. So now let's see what will be the output here. So firstly we will compile this code. The command is vlog, then file name is protected member. Protected members.sv, and the name of the module is Mohan here. So now I'll simulate it. It's vsim minus NOV-OPT, then the module name is Mohan. It will take some time. Now I will run it and create my nesting. We will create the simulation. Now we will see value of A equals to 20 and value of A equals to 50. So firstly, here inside this print method. So super dot A equals to 20, and then we are just giving the output. We are displaying the value of A here. Value of A equals to 20 and super dot A. So the value of A that is updated here is 20, so it's showing the value of A 20. After that we call the super dot disk. So super dot disk, in which we are passing the argument 50, so it will be mapped to X and it will update the protected property here. So after that this $display will execute. It will show the value of A as 50. So this is the required output, and we will come to know how we will access the local properties, protected properties, with the help of the method. So this is all about the data heading and encapsulation. Thank you very much.